that box score watchers or casual Iowa State fans may not see?
I think he's constantly working his team. And one thing that we talk a lot about is your ability to influence. And you don't always see influence in the stat sheet, you don't see influence on the scoreboard, but if you just watched him throughout the course of a game, not necessarily when he's on the field, but when he's off the field, he's going to go up, he's going to fist bump, he's going to high five, he's going to pat guys on the back, he's going to be a constant connector within our football team. And I think that's something that's unique about him. I think he understands the power of connection and how that can help in a game, and how it can also help bring a culture and a team together. But I think that's something he does a really good job of.
Thank you, Coach. Appreciate that.
No problem.
Curious, what made you want to come here, work for Coach Rogers and Coach Roll as well?
Well, they're winners. You know, they both have won at a really high level. You know, you look at the past success and the national championships that they've won, and so an opportunity to be part of that was obviously intriguing. And just Iowa State, to be honest with you, chance to be in the Big 12 and just what this program has done and what this program has stood for and the respect it has across the country were all things that factored into this. And probably another one for me is my family's in Wisconsin, I got family in Iowa, I got family in Nebraska, so a chance to be closer to home was another big draw. So this place touched a lot of boxes when you look at why do you make moves or why do you go places. This one hit all of them, so it was exciting.
As you have worked under Coach Rogers for now a month or two, Coach Roll being here for about a month, how do you feel like you guys have started to mesh together with what you're trying to do offensively and then specifically with your position group?
Well, I think it's been good. I think it's a work in progress. You know, we're diving into the offense, and you know, obviously the first part of it was all recruiting. You know, it was 100 miles an hour recruiting and getting your roster, you know, organized and where it needed to be. Now we've been able to dive into the X's and O's part of it and get into those talks and those discussions of what we want to do and how we want to do it and bouncing different thoughts and ideas off each other. That part's been fun. You know, you collaborate from your different experiences and you draw back on the things that were good or bad, and you try to share that knowledge, you try to share that information, and ultimately, at the end of the day, we put it together of what becomes the Iowa State offense. And what's been awesome is Coach Roll's experience, not just at the college level, but now his experience in the NFL and the things he's been able to bring back that we're able to expose to our guys. So it's been fun. It's been a great opportunity for me to learn and grow as a coach, and that's what I've been most excited about so far.
How would you describe that process of putting the offense together to where you guys have something to give the guys both now and then, next month when spring starts?
Well, we've dove in with both feet, and the great thing is Coach Roll had a vision of what he wants it to look like. And that's always, I think, your starting place. And then within that, you look at how it fits your personnel, how you recruit your personnel, whether it was this year through the portal or how it will affect high school recruiting moving forward, of where you emphasize in recruiting that fits into what we want to do from an offensive standpoint. But it's been fun. I mean, you go back and you're watching cut-ups of past Iowa State games. You're going back and watched film of North Dakota State, of the Detroit Lions. You know, we've been able to bring some things in that we ran at Arkansas State, and it's a blending of ideas from all the coaches on staff to ultimately create the best offense that we can do to put our kids in position to be successful.
How does that create a successful blueprint, and then what are the challenges too when you have so many different backgrounds coming together?
Well, I think at the end of the day, there's no egos. You know, as a coaching staff, you know, you can have a lot of thoughts and ideas, and Coach Roll's been open. He wants ideas. He wants thoughts of have you done it a different way. But ultimately, when we walk out of the room, he's going to make a final decision. Okay, this is what we are. And then it's taking that message and taking it to the kids and to the team and ultimately getting them to buy into it, getting them to believe it, and us all speaking the same language of this is who we are, this is what we're going to be, and getting everybody on the same page. You know, you see offensive success across the country look very different. There's teams that say they're pro style, there's teams that say they're spread, there's teams that run the triple option. Across college football, all of them have been successful. So what makes one better than the other? I think it's getting the people within your organization to all be aligned to talk in the same language, everybody believing it, and everybody on the same page. And that's really what we're doing right now.
Spoke with Jalen after he committed to Iowa State. He mentioned how your guys' relationship would be valuable in learning the offense together. I'm curious from your perspective how you understanding how he learns can help you guys together learn and master the offensive scheme that you guys are going to run.
Well, I think that's one of his strengths is just his mind and how he thinks and how he processes. I was telling some guys earlier that one of the challenges when you come into a new place is learning people's names. Learn everybody's name within the organization. And he got up in front of the team the other day and rattled off every player's name on our entire roster. And he might be the only one in the building that can probably do that. And I think that's important because it shows the importance for him of getting to know the people. I think it shows the importance of just the connection of getting everybody together, and that starts with knowing people's names and being able to talk and communicate. But I think for him, he's one that I've been able to in the past give him something on a Tuesday meeting and then turn around on a Tuesday practice, and he's able to go out there and do it. He's able to process it and think it and then go out and execute it. But he's one that's going to put in the time and effort to study it. And it's a new challenge for him, new terminology, completely new offense. But I've been very pleased to this point of how he's attacked this offseason.
To say about his initiative and ownership, this is going to be an important thing for me to know people's names early on when nobody knows anybody's names around here. People are.
Well, one of the things we talk about is you got one chance to make a first impression. And as a quarterback, you don't play quarterback, you are a quarterback. Everybody knows who Jalen is when he's in this building. The reality is everybody knows who he is when he steps on this campus, and the reality knows when he steps into the Ames community, people know who he is, and that don't ever go away. But you can influence those people just in how you interact with them, how you communicate with them, and obviously for him with his teammates, just that initial interaction and that initial engagement and that initial connection goes a long ways. And for them to see him get up and rattle off all their names, they can see how invested he is in this place and in the people here. And that's where it starts. As a quarterback, your job is to win, and how you win is you win by influencing the people around you to elevate everybody's level of play. And that's what's been exciting, is to see the growth and maturity that he's had and been able to see that from when he was a freshman to where he is today, and the benefits of that.
How important is it to have any players step up and try to own the